It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Houston Rockets. Well, it was the Rockets in their last game with a loss to Los Angeles. They got caught flat-footed, lost a game they felt should have been theirs. Looking to turn the page here. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've...
Now it's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, we know.
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. Chris, games like this one with two veteran teams, you can see the thought process on the floor. A real chess match between these two.
Yeah, you can never get caught up with the score early in games like this. I mean, both teams are smart.
Team swap here for the Clippers. So on the floor for Houston, Nene is out there with Kenneth Faried. And it's Rivers. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. Stolen by Faried. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bucket is good. Rivers has got 5 points so far.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's AI. That shot off. Some solid defense from Faried. Gordon inside. Unloads from 13. Good on the bucket.
Ooh, the lost art of the mid-range J. Gordon just measured it perfectly, squaring up and knocking it down.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Rockets lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
AI is out there with Jermichael Green. And it's Gilgeous Alexander in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Look at the Rockets. They shoot a ton of three-pointers, Chris, despite all those perimeter attempts. They get to the free throw line at a tremendous rate.
Well, they have 2 rules, 3-pointers and layups. And with Harden and CP3, both experts at creating contact, they're going to get to the line. Some people think they're tricking the officials, but I don't. They are hard to guard. Keep your hand out the cookie jar. Love it or hate it. I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Lakers.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. And probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
But it's just a reminder that nothing comes easy in the NBA. I don't care who you're facing. You're not going to win if you're not at your best.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Over in the corner, Green. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's AI. And Shumpert pulls it down.
Oh. Sloppy finish. D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Rivers kicks to Shumpert. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I love Shumpert. I mean, defensively, he's reliable.
And so it's the Houston Rockets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
If y'all sub me out, we're losing.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Decided to change it up. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. To the inside, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Up and in on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his first basket of the night.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
So on the floor for Houston, they've got Austin Rivers. Kenneth Faried is out there with Nene. And there's Gordon. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard. Here's Faried. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Faried's got his first points of the game. And Kenneth Faried, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
Man, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
Out left to the wing. Down low. Here's AI. Here's Magruder. Defended by Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Green.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
The fader. The shot by Nene. No good.
There's a lesson for him. Don't showboat. Tries to get fancy with the fadeaway, and it backfires.
Shamet. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. For Los Angeles, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Zubac is checked in for Rodney Magruder. And a change for the Rockets. Shumpert's checked in.
And you think about Mike D'Antoni, the modern-day godfather with pace and space. We saw this with his teams back in Phoenix, Houston. Actually, middle of the pack in pace of play, but they certainly look to space the floor, though, shooting more threes than twos. And
the shot goes in. That's 7 points for Eric Gordon.
And this is why you have to involve Gordon, a pick-and-roll genius, a high percentage shooter in these sets.
Inside, it's tipped. Stolen by Faried. Outside Shumpert. Nene has the open look. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers trail by 6. To the middle. Here's AI. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Zubac, the pass to AI. Poked away. 5 to shoot. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. And so it's the Houston Rockets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've played the best. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Way to fight, guys. Way to fight. That's all it is. That's all it is.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy.
This is not a good start, bro. I lost 2 games. I don't know if I should stay on this build or go back to my old build.
We got to switch on defense.
What was coach calling out there?
We good. We good. Stick together, y'all. Got no call.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Yeah, I had to upgrade because yeah, I need to have my speed and my vertical up. Cause and my what do you call it? And my post offense. Yeah, I need to have that all the way up. So, cause that's my build. I need to have it up. I think that's why we was losing the 2 games. Yeah, I think that's why we was losing. Cause my build wasn't fast enough. I couldn't dunk on people because my build wasn't fast enough. But I think now it could be a little bit faster.
Well, he's...
Don't miss out on any games on the season and visit us online or at the ticket booth for any availability on future Pelicans home games. Pelicans, one more.
Anthony Davis.
What's up, AR?
What's up, man? I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, man, pleasure.
Yeah. Hey, you get a little bigger in the off season, man. You looking pretty swole nowadays.
You knew what I was looking for.
Oh, for real? 5, 6 meals a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
What, you got a personal chef or you cooking for yourself?
Oh, no, I'll cook myself.
Oh, wow. Yeah, hey, I got a big kitchen in my new spot. You can come through and cook for me sometime.
Oh, for sure. You like pasta?
Yeah. Is that your favorite thing?
My favorite thing to cook. Pasta, Alfredo sauce, and chicken.
Alfredo sauce and chicken?
Hey,
I can get down with that. Okay.
Sure. We'll do it. Set it up.
All right, man. We'll do that. Hey, have a good game, bro.
You too, man. Good luck.
See you soon.
We've got NBA basketball in store from New Orleans, Louisiana. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2" guard to a 6'10" big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago.
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, D.A. Clark, plenty of speed and explosiveness on display tonight. When you widen your lens a little bit, how do you think good substitution here for New Orleans? Okafor is checked in for Anthony Davis. Diallo comes in for Julius Randle. Morris checked in for Johnson. And Ian Clark subbed in for Payton. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got JaMychal Green. He's out there with AI, and it's Magruder in at the 3. Out to the right wing. Moore outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Okafor. He nails it, and we're tied up. Okafor's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball.
And one. And one.
Here in the early goings.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game right now. New Orleans making a switch here. Woods checked in. Free throw good. AI. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Clark.
And Okafor making no mistake about it, no doubt, using his exceptional vertical and throwing it down with force.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Handle, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Here's Wood. Another one falls for New Orleans. 19 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Moore passes to Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
Cannot afford to let Okafor get near the bucket. I mean, he is really skilled at finishing those looks, and he does so with authority.
We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Pelicans' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
In a moment now to reset the lineups. 2019 has had his ups and downs to the start of his career, but, you know, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly, and now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
I jumped too early.
They're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Los Angeles calls timeout and going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
And Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better, and that could make it easier down the road.
New Orleans making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Here's Magruder. That one a little long.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Here's Okafor. Here's Wood. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Moving it around, 8 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here's Magruder. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Back to AI. Okafor with the steal. Puts one up from 19. No good from Clark. Clippers trail by 9. Johnson, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And then for the Clippers, Gallinari, he's checked in for Rodney Magruder. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And Beverly kicks to Green. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got 11 points.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Moore outside. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the paint, here's Okafor. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pelicans lead by 5. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be... And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to... Allen's making some changes here. Wood, he's checked in for Stanley Johnson. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Payton. The Clippers also changing it up. AI is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. JaMychal Green comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Lou Williams. Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Holiday and Moore, the guards. And it's Wood in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Davis. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Pass to AI. And he gets the whistle. 2 throws coming up. Clark, we know you were a great athlete. Would you have enjoyed playing at the pace we're seeing in today's NBA style?
I hope I could have played in today's game. Again, I was not an uber athletic guy. Athletic enough to get things done on the court. Was a skilled basketball player more than a great athlete. So the athleticism of today might have challenged me a bit. But I still think I could have played and been effective in today's game.
I agree.
Much love goes his way. I mean, he refused to give up on the glass. Nice to see him rewarded because of his hustle.
To the middle. Here's Okafor. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Got to give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari in the corner. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. AI can't hit. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Back to Moore. He feeds it to Okafor. That shot no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Beverly. The 17-footer goes down. Beverly's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, I like how Beverly takes advantage of these transition opportunities. He's crafty and
outside Holiday. The triple.
Because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 21 seconds left to play in the third. That's tipped. And now the Pelicans on the break. Wood kicks to Holiday. Passes to Wood. Back to Holiday. Fires the 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Pelicans on top, up by 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Here now a chance to show you our assistant. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession. Team basketball. That's tipped and stolen by Payton. Randall finds Payton.
And it makes they started to really play in rhythm. You never felt like they had as to whether or not they were going to win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
All-time team?
That's a good question. My position? I have to go with Gary Payton. Michael Jordan.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. For Los Angeles, it hasn't been the most lively start to the season for them, just 1-3 through their first 4 games. But they can start things moving in the right direction with a win here tonight. An intriguing matchup tonight.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hey, I need to see when I'm done talking. AI, how you feeling? You feeling?
Folks, don't forget to come out to the meeting. What better way to with a picture?
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet?
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And a whole new 5 on the floor. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded by Rivers. There's the pass to Zubac. Now it's Shumpert running. He can go all the way. And Shumpert slams it in.
Wow, look at the speed and the athleticism of Shumpert. He can get out and run in transition.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Clippers lead by 2. We'll be back shortly. It's been a non-traditional basketball journey for AI.
Before coming to the NBA, I knew I had a lot of growing to do. You know, not just in my game, but who I was as a person as well. Playing in China wasn't the typical path here, but it's exactly what I needed in that time.
And AI was the first to follow this path, but now, Greg, that the trail has been blazed, we could see many more.
And basketball is such a global sport and played in so many countries that it was just a matter of time before a story like AI's happened.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump. And that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. AI is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Magruder in at the 3. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offers scholarships in esports. I did not know this. And that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids love it. They cannot get enough of these games.
No, we should have, every college should have these games.
And the basket is good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't wait. Any time cutting through.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Clippers.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond. Feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree, but for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
You challenge people, which is that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And
that's
you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk. We did 5 podcasts on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, you know, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the three ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the three things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other two things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jeffersons, Good Times, all that. And
first timeout called here for the Rockets. And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on. You know, I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were taped away.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple years in LA, I think CBS was only showing like 6 or 7 regular season games.
Sunday afternoons.
In the playoffs, they would bump them off.
Yep. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Houston on top. David, we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain. Houston with a big group substitution here. For check in for Capella.